We have actually finished our characterizations about the visual world, about the olfactory world, and about the taste analysis, about the taste dimension of the wine. But when we finish off all of these thoughts, when we finish off our analysis completely, there are two other things that we may want to talk about. The first thing is about the state of evolution of the wine, the development of the wine. We want to understand at what age, at what state does this wine find itself throughout its entire journey. Because some wines are to be drunk immediately, some wines need a longer aging to reach their full potential. Well, when you consider this full potential of the wine, in what state, in what step is the wine now relative to its full potential? That's really what you try to analyze when you think about the state of evolution of a wine. And then you finish off your thoughts with a final judgment with a very elegant sentence about the harmony of the wine. Let's get started about the state of evolution. It is something that's hard to understand immediately. When you analyze a wine, it may be the case that you do not have this wine at the perfect age, at the perfect state. It may be a youthful wine. Maybe the wine really needs a lot of time before it reaches its full potential. The wine can be ready to drink, but it's still developing. Okay, it's not that youthful, it's pleasant. It can be drunk, but it's developing. It still is in the process of creating all of these interesting aromas, complex aromas. Maybe it's developing to present you better tannins, more polymerized tannins, more elegant tannins. It's still developing. You could also have a situation in which the wine is ready. If the wine is ready, then you're with a wine that has reached its maximum potential. The tannins are perfect, the acidity has been stabilized, it decreased a bit, the complexity is there. You're with a wine that has created all these different families. It presents you a very pleasant journey on the olfactory level. It's ready, it's at the perfect level. It's fully developed. Or you can have a situation in which the wine has lost, due to the aging, due to the time, it has lost all of the positive characters. It has lost its beauty. The wine is tired. It passed its best. The time has passed. The wine is no longer in the way that we want it to be. And again, everything depends on the typology of the wine. From a fresh Trebbiano, a simple wine, you cannot expect a lot of evolution. You cannot expect a lot of maturation. So the journey of the wine is much smaller. Really, this wine is not going to develop as much. In order to say that this wine is fully developed, really you do not need a lot of time. But from a big Barbaresco, that needs a lot of time to stabilize, to reach its full maximum potential, to get all of these dried rose petal aromas, dried cherry aromas, to get this leather, to get this spicy tones, clove. You need some time. You need some development. When you get it the year after it's been put in the market, probably you're not going to have that state. So that's what it is. What can help you when you try to make a judgment about the state of evolution, about the development of the wine? Well, I personally think you could think about the acidity. For the red wines, the high acidity is going to be indicator that it's still developing. It can be youthful in some cases if it's huge acidity, but it's still developing because you want the acidity to be smoothened. You need some time, you need some maturation for this acidity to reach its maximum level. But again, between parentheses, I try to give you all of these games, all of these mind games, for you to be a free spirit, for you not to memorize things. From a white wine like Trebbiano, you want this acidity, okay? You don't want the acidity to go down, 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 because otherwise, if you wait a lot for this acidity to be stabilized to go down, you're with a wine that lost its freshness. But for a Trebbiano, for a simple Trebbiano, you want this high acidity. So take these things also with a level of care, with a level of attention. Do not memorize things, but use your logic. Another indicator that's a great indicator is the tannin levels for red wines. Because I told you, not all of the tannins are of the same quality, and there is this phenomenon called polymerization. So if you wait, if more time passes, you can expect the tannins to become much more elegant. So if you're with a red wine that has lots of potential to be aged, and if you just get it now and perceive that the tannins are harsh, then you're with a wine that's not yet developed. It's still developing. Once you understand that the acidity has been smoothened a bit and the tannins are really nice, they have reached a silky state, silky texture, well then you're with a wine that's developed, that has reached its maximum potential. Definitely another and final indicator that I want to talk about is the complexity of the wine. Now I'm going back to the olfactory analysis and I talk in particular about the complexity. You know, we had talked about this primary aromas, secondary aromas, and some wines develop them with aging, this tertiary aromas. But this aging can also happen in the bottle. Some of the wines need more time to reach this optimum complexity. Maybe if you try to enjoy immediately a red wine that has potential to age, all you will discover in that wine is some primary aromas, is some fruity aromas, some floral aromas, and that's going to be it. But maybe you get a wine and you try to notice also some tertiary aromas. You try to notice something spicy, something leathery, something medicinal, something animally. If these things are on the verge of being created, you see that the wine is developing. Especially if you know that it's an Nebbiolo that has been put in barrique, then you could argue that it's still developing. If you just start to perceive these aromas, of course, when you think about the state of evolution, I guess it really helps a lot to know the grape, know the region. If then you get a Nebbiolo and you already discover all of these complex aromas, the floral, the dried versions of the flowers, the dried version of the fruits, the medicinal notes that you don't know even how to explain, the tar, some mineral notes, petroleum, whatever you discover in that wine, if these are genuine, if these are authentic, then you're with a wine that has reached its full potential. You will understand when the wine has reached the full potential because the experience is going to be unforgettable. You will talk about that wine for quite a long time with your friends. The harmony. I like talking about the harmony because it sums up all of the things we talked about. You know, up to this point, we made an analysis about the visual world of the wine, about the olfactory world of the wine, and about the taste world of the wine. Well, harmony tells us what is the overall experience of the wine. How are all of these different analyses connected to each other? Does it make sense for me to notice pomegranate on my nose and get that flavor components, get the high acidity maybe? Does it make sense, the combination? Does it make sense for me to notice maybe vanilla on the nose and get high smoothness on the palate? These are not rules. Aromas are totally different from the taste, but in the end, wine is a pleasure. So harmony really tries to make you think, what is the overall balance between all of these components, between all of these analyses we try to make? What is the connection between all of these analyses we made? What is the quality of the connection of the analysis that we made? I guess it's a better way to put it. Overall, if you have a harmonic wine, if you have a wine that's in big harmony, you will also have some emotions that are so hard to describe. These are grand emotions. These are great sensations, great feelings that are going to captivate you. Again, it's a wine that you're not going to forget that easily. It's a wine of harmony. You can say that it's a wine of great harmony. You can say that it's medium harmony. It's adequately harmonious. Or you could say that it's off. It's little harmonious, this wine. The harmony is not that satisfactory. But think about all of the journey that we made up to this point when you think about the harmony. Does the color that I observed go well with the aromas that I described, that I noticed? Does the collection of these aromas, does the bouquet make sense within the context of the flavor, of the taste of this wine? This is really the answer. This is the key to the question when it comes to analyzing harmony of the wine. I had a lot of fun and satisfaction preparing this course, and I'm sure that now that you've completed your course, you're gonna go directly to the site of Vinofilo, to our online Italian wine store, to find beautiful bottles that are gonna captivate you with high level of harmony and high level of their complexity. The more you drink, the more you practice, the more you're gonna make sense of all of these different components, different aromas, different families that we talked about. But of course, the idea here is to get the pleasure from the wine, to enjoy this moment, this special wine moment, as much as possible. You've officially become a Vinofilo member now that you've completed this course. I hope to keep in touch with you in your further, unending, exciting journey with the Italian wine. Salute!